Hello and welcome to my channel, The Way What Is Truth. Now, for the past few days I've been without a car now. Obviously I'm used to having a car and my mum doesn't walk about very well, so I drive her most places. But the whole point of this video isn't to talk about cars. Rather, this whole experience of me being carless and the inconvenience of that has caused me to reflect on things. The first thing it's caused me to realise is that we aren't called to be a part of this world. This world will try and rush you and try to make you think that you're missing out on things. You're missing out on that particular model of car. You know, I saw a Volvo C30 for sale, for example. It was a 1.6 litre R design model. It looked really, really great, full history and everything, you know. I rang the guy up who was going to deliver it the next day, but he sent a confirmation text that I did not respond to because I did not know that he was going to send that text message, and he never bothered to ring me up to remind me or anything. Anyway, he said, "Oh, sorry, sir, we've got other customers now." So he said, "Is it okay if we drop it off tomorrow?" So I said, "No thanks and no worries," because I didn't want to be messed about anyway. That's just one example. I'll have to admit to anyone watching this video that I did not go for that Volvo C30 because I thought it would be necessarily the sensible thing. Although it is a fairly sensible car because I don't need a huge amount of room on the inside of it. It was only a 1.6 litre, but it did have full service history and it genuinely looked like a very well looked after car, okay? It was just under £2,000, 2008 reg I think it was. But it's got a premium badge on the bonnet. Anyone who knows anything about cars knows that a Volvo is a premium brand. So we have to check ourselves sometimes. I think, are we buying that car out of vanity? Is it because we're being greedy or just a little bit materialistic? See, we need to check our hearts and minds to see whether or not what we're doing is in alignment with God's will. I'm not necessarily saying that I did not get that Volvo because God looked down and said, "Oh, Peter, you're being a little bit smug there, trying to get a Volvo in that driveway of yours." No, I don't think so, but he uses these experiences to help us to reflect on our actions and what we're doing. So basically, over the past few days, I've been going around looking at all different car garages, right? And obviously, I haven't found anything because second-hand car prices have absolutely skyrocketed recently. Well, skyrocketed. They're maybe £400 to £500 more expensive than what they would have been 3-4 years ago. Anywhere from £500 to £1,000 more expensive on the second-hand car market, okay? So it really isn't easy to find anything now. I only want to spend £2,000 out of my savings. I don't want to spend all of it. So my budget is £2,000. More or less, you know, I could stretch to maybe 2,200, 2,300. But yeah, we mustn't be rushed by this world. I don't need a car as badly as what a lot of people would, especially if they have to commute a long distance to work and stuff like that, then they are in greater need of a car than me. But yes, it is inconvenient, but at the same time, God's telling me just to relax, to be patient, and it's so hard to be patient in this rush world, in this rat race we are living in. This world of greed and materialism, badge snobbery when it comes to cars, even the clothes we wear sometimes, we have to go for a certain brand. So many people are guilty of that as well. We have to check ourselves as Christians, not to be snobbish, not to be greedy or materialistic or to be vain or worldly in any way. So this video is really a warning to myself and to anyone who's watching this video about materialism, greed, vanity. That doesn't mean to say that me getting that Volvo would necessarily have been a sin. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But we have to be careful. We have to be so careful. The heart of man is wicked. The heart of a man is wicked, sometimes so wicked that we don't even see it, we don't even realise it sometimes when we are being bad. That's what it means. The heart is wicked above all things. Who can know the heart of a man? Which is why Jesus had to die for all of our sins, of course. So yeah, anyway, after going to numerous car garages, I saw this Nissan Micra, 1.4 litre. It was a high-spec one with the alloy wheels. Only 66,000 on the clock, 2008. It looked like new, went through the MOT with no advisories. The MOT had 7 months left on it. So I thought, okay, great. Okay, I'm going to do the sensible thing and buy this Micra. So I rang the guy up, spoke to him, and it had no service history, asking £1,995, just under £2,000, and no service history. So I said, sorry, I'd only be wasting your time if I went to see the car. He was only 4 miles away. So there you go. That's just another little car story there. So it's been an experience being without a car. And like I said earlier on, it's caused me to reflect on things. And God has used this as an opportunity to get me to reflect on my life and to realise that not having a car is not the end of the world. We are who we are, no matter what we're driving, whether we're driving around in a clapped out old Fiat. By the way, I saw an old Vauxhall Nova for sale in one of the garages that I went to. It was asking, I think, 2,000 or more. A white Vauxhall Nova saloon. It's a really old model. It doesn't matter what we're driving or whether we're driving a Rolls-Royce Phantom. We are who we are, and happiness is a state of mind. If we're not happy on the inside, then no matter what we're sitting in, no matter what house we're living in, no matter what clothes we wear or how much money we have, happiness is an inside job. That's what God has taught me. And I already knew this anyway, even when I was driving. I mean, I remember many, many moons ago, I went for a year without driving, but now I'm missing not having a car more than ever before. And it is partly because of my mum, and partly because I like the convenience of being able to go where I want, when I want to, without having to walk and take taxis. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to end it shortly. I'm just going to think of anything that I haven't mentioned that I'd like to mention before I end the video. Yeah, so, and let's not be caught up in this rat race or be greedy or materialistic. Sometimes we can be greedy and materialistic and even vain and not even realise it, man. I'm telling you, it's so easily done. I've been looking at a lot of BMW 1 Series thinking, oh, that'd fit on my drive. Or a Volvo C30, even Audi A3, stuff like that. And a lot of the time, we covet things. This is also a warning about covetousness. We covet things that we don't really need. You know, that Nissan Micra, pretty good to drive, reliable. Unfortunately, it didn't have service history. So yeah, that's the only reason why I didn't go to see it and buy it. But this is life, this is everyday life. Most people need to drive most of the time, although there are increasing numbers of people that are getting rid of their cars. For example, in central London, half of the people who live within central London don't drive, they don't have a car, and that's partly because they have public transport to use, right? Outside of central London, more people have cars, obviously. And it's an experience walking around, taking taxis and everything. It's taught me humility, although it hasn't been that long, me not having a car, although I did go for a year before not having a car, so I do have some experience of this. But yeah, it's taught me not to be a part of this world, not to care what a badge is on the bonnet of a car, really. And don't forget, as human beings, no matter what we sit in or own, or the clothes we wear, or what boat we may own, if we're multi-millionaires, perhaps we own a yacht or something. No matter what it is we're surrounded with, or what we're sitting in, or what we're driving, whatever vehicle we have, or whatever material possessions we have, whatever home we're living in, as human beings, we'll get used to it. We get used to our surroundings, and we will strive for something better or more. You know, and even people that own premium cars like BMWs, Audis, they think, okay, well, I've got this Audi or BMW or whatever it may be. And they think to themselves, well, oh yeah, but I can get another model, or I can get a car with a different colour, a different coloured interior, or maybe a higher specs, maybe something a little bit faster. You know, human greed and covetousness is never satisfied. Never. Happiness is a state of mind. If we start to rely on money and cars, on what badge is on the bonnet of our cars, for any kind of temporary pleasure or a bit of self-satisfaction, or sometimes just to sit in something comfortable. We need to be practical and no nonsense as Christians. That's my belief. You know, we shouldn't be carried away with what the world is doing, and just take it one day at a time, not to feel rushed or stressed. Like I felt over the past few days, I felt stressed. I felt like, okay, it's not the end of the world, me not having a car, but every day I've been wishing that I had one, that I could just find one that I want. Anyway, I'm going to babble on and quite possibly repeat myself if I carry on talking. So I'll end it now. I hope and pray that you're all well. If you can relate to the stuff that I've been saying in this video, then drop a comment down below. or if you want to shoot the breeze about anything at all that you like, drop a comment down below. Remember to like, subscribe, check out my community page as well, and my playlists. And I thank you so much if you've watched this, especially if you've liked and commented down below. Okay, so bye bye and take care.